Anderson gets battered, beat down, and just stopped by Bacoli. I never even heard of that guy, but I think we're gonna know him after this fight. Sometimes when you take these fights on against a guy nobody's ever heard of, they could just make a splash. That dude came in there to win. He dropped Jared Anderson in the first round. And Jared Anderson, I give him credit, he tried to fight, but Bacoli was just too much for him, landing hard, shot, fight, thumping body shots, thumping uppercuts, thumping, I mean, everything. I mean, it was bad for Jared Anderson. But at the end of the day, I don't want to kick Jared Anderson while he's down. But this is what people were questioning. You started to see this in the Charles Martin fight about Jared Anderson. Was his heart really in boxing? Once you start talking about you want one big fight and then you gonna contemplate retirement, then it's sort of like, okay, I don't think this dude is in this for the long run. This is a dude, he was looking for one big payday, and maybe he got it in this fight. But boy, there was so much high hopes for this dude to be the next American heavyweight, to take the heavyweight into the, the next generation, and he failed miserably. I mean, he tried, but you could just tell by the first round that the end was near, the inevitable was coming. It was one of them things where Jared Anderson fought to keep the guy off of him. And the guy just kept coming, pushing forward. And he wasn't really doing nothing special. Whenever he got close, he would let off. And it would connect. Every punch he landed did damage to Jared Anderson. And you would start to see Jared Anderson, starting to well away. You started to see his wheel just slipping away as each punch landed. And then you seen it in the last round. He dropped him. And, actually, they should have stopped the fight after he got dropped. He was clearly done. He was clearly done. Jared Anderson just was a guy, I kind of saw it in him. You would just hear how he would talk just in certain interviews, about, he not in it for the long haul and all this kind of stuff. And, he wants a big fight. And you just didn't see that he was a guy that was looking to become a legend and make his mark in boxing. This was a dude that was looking for a big payday and possibly his way out. That's a big step back for him. That's a setback, and he got battered. And when I say he got beat down, he got beat down. I'm talking about he got the real beat. He got beat down. I mean, who says black fighters don't put on exciting fights? For as long as it lasted, that could be that's definitely upset of the year. Could be a candidate for fight of the year, depending on what happens in these next 3 fights. But, a lot of people, and, people I know that I'm affiliated with wasn't too fond of Jared Anderson because of certain things he didn't say. He directly said things about people that I'm cool with. So, a lot of people ain't going to be feeling too sorry for him. But like I said, I question Jared Anderson's heart at times. I think Jared Anderson, what it was, he was one, sometimes this is a mistake that a lot of boxers make when they get embarrassed and when they get hurt. They want to prove that they wasn't hurt, and I'm gonna continue to slug it out with this dude, and that's what you call that's what you call a youngster mistake. A veteran would just be like, okay, I'm gonna make adjustments. I'm gonna figure out what I can do to keep. Okay, I better not try to trade with this dude because it could be detrimental to me. So what I'm gonna try to do is box around him. And to be honest with you, I just think Jared Anderson just didn't have enough power to keep the guy off of him. The dude didn't respect him. But it was a good fight, though. It was a good fight, you guys. And I hate to use that as a meme for Jared Anderson. I really do. I really do. But it was kind of it was, you know, because at the end of the day, we don't fight for a living. These dudes put their life on the line, and Jared Anderson is about to be a meme for a minute though. So especially the way he landed on his feet. I mean, the way he landed and how his feet was way up in the air, like a TB antenna. So he gonna be a meme for a while though. So I'm not gonna talk about Jared Anderson. You know, he did what he could, but he made some mistakes. And then once again, this is why you don't change trainers 4 weeks out. He changed trainers. He went to Sugar Hill. Once again, they didn't have what you would call, you know, even when you change trainers, you need a few fights to see where you're going. You need at least 2 to 3 fights to see if this gonna work and see if you guys gonna gel together. And then 4 weeks out, and you change trainers, you really don't build any chemistry. And now look what happens. This is why it's not wise to change trainers like on short notice. He went to Sugar Hill, and there's no fault of Sugar Hills. It's just like, you know, trainers have their ways. They have their ways about doing things, and so does the boxers. So what you got to do when you're in that training camp, you got to find something that works for both of y'all, where both of y'all are going to be satisfied. Because if the trainer isn't happy and the boxer is happy, and or vice versa, then it's just not going to work. But what can I say? It is what it is. Jared Anderson learned a real tough lesson, and that's a big setback for, you know, that's a big setback for Top Rank, because he was what you would call their marquee heavyweight. Because, you know, for the most part, the PBC and I guess you could say the zone got a lot of the heavyweights, the marquee heavyweights. So that's a big setback for Bob Arum and Top Rank. They're gonna have to figure out what they want to do. But anyway, you guys, be back with more later on. We definitely gonna talk about this card. This is a great card so far. This your boy Town. I'm out.